child. Kim Kardashian has finally broken her silence, and what she's revealing about Kanye, shocking, doesn't even begin to cover it. Sis says it wasn't just emotional trauma. Kanye's condition was so foul it literally made her vomit. Word on the street, he reeked. Like run for your life type of smell. And rumor has it he picked it up from sleeping around, allegedly even at Diddy's freaky freak-offs. Now everyone's wondering, did Ye catch something from his hookups? Is that what had Kim gagging for real? Of course his fans are screaming, bitter X! But plot twist. Bianca, his current wife, was saying the same thing back in 2023. According to insiders, when Kanye sweats, it's lights out for your nostrils. Hygiene, not a priority apparently. So what happened to him? Well, sis, it all circles back to his wild bedroom behavior. This man's been cheating like it's a sport. He even admitted to stepping out on Kim while she was recovering from giving birth to Saint, and fans barely blinked. Now it's all catching up to him, and it stinks. Literally, and if he cheated on her then, best believe he was probably cheating way before and way after that too. But wait, it gets so much darker. You remember Nike Heaton, that gorgeous, aspiring singer who had the internet in a chokehold a few years ago? Well, she came forward with some bone-chilling claims. She said Kanye and Diddy almost essayed her. Yup, essayed. And when you hear the story, your jaw will drop. So, she hears Kanye wants to collab. Of course she's excited. Who wouldn't be? But the moment she gets to the studio, things take a creepy turn. First red flag, Diddy's there. Second, there are already 9 women in the studio. Sis, the vibe was off. And then came the drinks. Nike and her manager were handed beverages that, according to her, had been spiked.
But I knew that there was something wrong, basically. And I was standing there pretending to sip this drink, and my manager was sitting across from me. And I see her across the room holding her drink. And it was weird because I noticed as I was standing there just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. And all of a sudden I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me. And I'm standing pretty close to it. And I realize all of a sudden that Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like, out of their minds. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just, like, see, like, how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And, like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still, like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but, like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. Yeah, so they're coming towards me, and I'm like, okay, this is I don't know where my manager is. I don't know where anyone is. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to like take me. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. Like a little bit scared. Did this just freeze? Okay, now it's back. Okay, so let me just get to the point. So they start trying, like, they're like pawing at me. Like, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much like backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit, and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop, like, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have like ripped my shirt off, and like I'm like almost fully exposed at this point, and they're both coming at me, and I'm like, you guys, like, seriously, this is
And that's not the only horrifying tale linked to Kanye. Let's talk about Lauren Pashada, his former assistant. The things she endured, absolutely disgusting. This woman was hired to work on Kanye's Yeezy fashion line and ended up collaborating on music with him too. Sounds like a dream, right? Wrong. He offered her a $1 million 0-cent salary, but there was a catch. She had to be available 24/7, and baby, the second she signed on, he turned into a nightmare. He started sending her the most vulgar, inappropriate texts. Even after she shut down her OnlyFans account, Kanye was still bombarding her with explicit messages and adult videos. She claimed he even pleasured himself in front of her on a private plane after trapping her in a room. Yes, you read that right. And the stuff he said, it's stomach churning. He'd ramble on about wanting women to cheat on him after he slept with them, say disgusting things about their bodies, and use racially charged language that made people question if he was even okay. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Lauren updated her lawsuit and dropped a bombshell. She said Kanye allegedly essayed her too. According to her, she and an artist she managed went to a session hosted by Kanye and Diddy. Again, drinks were passed around. Kanye made it clear, you drink or you leave. So she drank. And just like that, she started to feel off. Next thing she knew, she was waking up the next day with no memory of what happened, just a sickening feeling of shame and confusion. But it wasn't until years later when Kanye brought up that night laughing and giving her graphic details that she realized what had really happened. Sis was roofied at a studio session by Kanye. And that wasn't the only time he allegedly crossed the line. In another incident, Kanye reportedly barged into her hotel room in San Francisco at 6 a.m., claimed his shower was broken, and then straight up dropped his towel in front of her. He allegedly tried to force himself on her, and when she begged him to stop, he just walked off like nothing happened. At this point, can anyone really be surprised that Kanye and Diddy are friends? I mean, birds of a feather, right? And let's talk about the freak-offs. That's a whole other level of messy. Kanye himself went on a wild Twitter rant basically defending Diddy and even hinting that he too got caught up in some Me Too situation. He tweeted stuff like, "You bees were not say, pardon me. Let me put this in yay all caps, you Me Too bees did not get cited. You extorted ninjas, ninjas means men. Bees means bees." Then he added, "Trump, please free my brother Puff. Free Puff. Puff, I love you. Puff got me too." Wait, what? Kanye got me too? Was that a confession? A deflection? A hint that he too was playing in those same dirty waters? Fans are losing it trying to decode what he meant, but then it gets even wilder. A woman came forward saying that Kanye was throwing freak-offs of his own with Bianca. Yep, according to her, Kanye was out here recreating the freak-offs, allegedly pulling stunts straight from Diddy's playbook.
Men with large black this to act his wife, and I have. Okay, so I have in the past made a video with this man, this P star who has a large black schlong. Okay, I've made a video with him. So one day I get this text. You can read it. Okay. Here's my text with Kanye's private jet guy. Also, this is what I put on my close friend's story at this time. Kanye likes to watch other men F his wife and other...
At this point, it's all just gross between the cheating, the alleged assaults, the freaky parties, and now the stomach-churning stench. People are finally starting to see the full picture. Kanye West, a whole hot mess. And listen, when you factor in the hygiene issues and everything he's allegedly been doing behind closed doors, it's no wonder Kim literally vomited. The woman has been through it. And Bianca, oof, good luck, girl. But now it's your turn. What do y'all think about this insanity? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video, because baby, the tea is still brewing. Now, where were we? Oh yes, Kim Kardashian, poor girl, literally vomiting over Kanye West's alleged condition. And not just any condition, we're talking about a stench so bad, it could clear room. We're not being dramatic, babes, this is what insiders are saying. And while Kim is just now letting the world in on the horror she endured, fans are side-eyeing Kanye's entire lifestyle. Because, listen, this wasn't just about smelling funky. The streets are talking and the rumors are screaming Kanye's hygiene issues might be tied to the very same freaky escapades he's been indulging in. Let's not forget how Kim managed to keep a poker face through years of red carpet appearances, interviews, and public outings with this man. And now we find out she was quietly gagging behind the scenes? Baby, The strength, the restraint, give this woman an award. Meanwhile, Kanye out here acting like nothing's wrong. Like, he isn't marinating in sweat and shame. And what's even worse, he was allegedly dragging Bianca Censori into this messy world too. Now remember that woman who came out claiming Kanye was throwing freaky parties with Bianca? Yeah, that wasn't just some random gossip. She gave details that made people realize Kanye's alleged behavior had no bounds. It sounded eerily similar to Diddy's infamous freak-offs, you know, the ones that ended in lawsuits, scandal, and full-on FBI investigations. Sis said Kanye wasn't just attending them, he was allegedly hosting them. And Bianca, she was right there, by his side, like willing participant or trapped soul. That's the million-dollar question. And if Kanye really was involved in that scene, it makes the rumors about him catching something much more plausible. Because if you're sleeping around in high-risk, high-exposure environments and ignoring hygiene altogether, yeah, things get real ugly real fast. Now, rewind for a second. Remember Kim and Kanye's marriage? From the outside, it was glam, fab, and fairy tale-like. But behind closed doors, she was allegedly dodging his funk and navigating his erratic behavior daily. And don't even get us started on the times he publicly humiliated her with his rants, antics, and social media meltdowns. It's no wonder she's finally snapping. The silence is over, the truth is out, and baby, it's nasty. But here's the gag. Kim didn't spill all this tea out of spite. She's reportedly been trying to warn people, letting folks know it's not just Kanye being Kanye. This man is surrounded by disturbing allegations, from essay accusations to manipulative and predatory behavior, and now this grotesque hygiene situation. It's giving unwell. Let's circle back to Lauren Pashada for a minute. Her lawsuit exposed an entirely new side of Kanye. Like, this man wasn't just crossing boundaries, he wasn't even seeing them. When she shared how Kanye pressured her, trapped her, and exposed himself without consent, we all gasped. But when she revealed that he later joked about her memory loss after the alleged roofie incident, that wasn't just disturbing, it was straight up horrifying. He laughed, y'all, and he said women love to say they don't remember. Like, what? That's not just inappropriate, it's predatory. Let that sink in. Lauren didn't even realize she was assaulted until years later, when Kanye bragged about it. Imagine the trauma, the betrayal, the shame, and when you stack that with all the other stories, the cheating on Kim right after childbirth, the alleged freaky parties, the STIs, the stench, it's like peeling back layers of straight up rot. Yet somehow, some fans still defend him like he's just a misunderstood genius. But genius or not, boo, a shower is not optional. And while people argue over Kim's truth, Bianca's quiet misery says it all. Word is, back in 2023, she was telling her friends Kanye's odor was unbearable, not a little sweat. No, we're talking knock you out on contact funk. And with his refusal to bathe, it all makes sense now. So when Kim said she vomited, she wasn't being dramatic, she was being real. She's survived more than just a messy divorce. She's endured the psychological fallout of someone who allegedly degraded women, ducked accountability, and didn't even bother to wash it off. Then there's Kanye's wild tweets about Diddy. Huff got me too'd? What? Is that a confession or just another deflection? And that broke ninjas don't get me too'd line? Absolutely gross. Let's be honest, Kanye's been spiraling. From erratic rants to disturbing posts, it's clear something is deeply wrong. And now, with woman after woman coming forward, Kim retching over his stench, and Bianca ghosting the scene, it's all finally clicking. This ain't just gossip, and it's a whole horrifying pattern. And it's time people stop glamorizing the tortured genius and start holding him accountable, Grammys or not. Kim, she deserves applause for surviving the madness. Bianca, if she's out, good for her. But the real question, how did this stay hidden so long? Anyway, the pot's officially boiled over. What do y'all think? Is this Kanye's final unraveling? Is the truth finally catching up? Sound off in the comments, cause baby, this mess is far from over.